This is another dope conversation. We're here in Emerald Leaves with my girl Nikkie, Frankie Hustle, D. Coopa. Nikkie, why don't you tell us a little bit about the store?
So we're here at Emerald Leaves on 6th Ave in Tacoma. We've got an awesome location, kind of right at the start of the bar scene down here. There's a lot of great artwork coming down the neighborhood, through the alleyways. We get a lot of, I think, walking business out here, people just coming out to the Ave for dinner, and I can't tell you, we've been here for, could be 4 years in February.
4 years, wow.
It's been that long?
Yep, 4 years in February.
I didn't know that.
Valentine's Day week is our anniversary week. We usually do a bunch of specials. We got a bunch of vendors in here during that week.
Valentine's Day?
Well, yep, Valentine's Day week. So
that's
on
lovely.
Thursday. You can
That's
have
fitting.
early in the week prep with some good campus gifts, and then celebrate the weekend as well.
That's not bad at all.
We don't all get to celebrate holidays on the day of. I know how that is. So
Exactly.
a couple opportunities to have a special day. But yeah, we've been here for 4 years, and every week we get people who are like, I pass by this building, every day. I pass by this building.
That's what I
all the
said,
time.
yeah. I didn't, at first I thought it was like a dance studio or whatever because of big windows and all that. But now that I'm in here, it's like, it makes sense. It's dope. I like
So,
it.
what did this building used to be?
Before Emerald Leaves opened up in here, it was a piano bar.
See, I was close then.
You were close. I was thinking that.
I would have never thought that.
It was called Chopsticks.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I never heard of that. I didn't know that.
Chopsticks.
Yeah, and that was before my time in Tacoma as well. But same thing. Like there's people who used to work here. One of the assistant managers here, he was a cook here at Chopsticks when it was once Chopsticks, and now he works here at Emerald
Man. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. You already know the building. You just come back right where you're familiar with. So
That's totally different.
That's way
it is, but
transfer is different.
Right.
You know what he was doing. Yeah.
Worked out.
good. So
Definitely.
So was it hard switching it over, like doing the renovations and everything?
I don't think so. We have done, I think the biggest piece was really cleaning it up. But there was the division already there. That backside was the kitchen. So I'm sure they took out some equipment back there and cleaned it out. I mean, it truly is incredible, kind of the space that we have for inventory. We got a lot of space out here in the front,
Right.
but I think the vendors, that's what they always say when they bring the product into the back. Damn, you have so much space back here.
yeah, I love the layout of the store too. I mean, I've been in here before when y'all had Twisted. That was pretty dope too, seeing one of my favorite hip hop artists growing up, and got a chance to shake his hand, get his autograph. So appreciate y'all for having me out on that too.
Definitely.
You guys being on the main street, do you guys get a lot of traffic coming in?
Yes and no. We do have a store pretty close by, so I think that we split traffic in that way. But I also think that if there was one store on this avenue, I mean, I think it'd be really tough to handle the amount of traffic that we get.
Right.
As an avenue in total, I think it would be. It makes more sense in my mind to have, one on this end of 6th Ave and then one on the other end down by like even Tower Lanes, Mary Jane's, that kind of area, because that spreads it out. But truly, there's so many bars on this avenue. There's so many businesses.
There is a lot of
6th
business
Ave.
in a lot of bars. That's what I was thinking with this being like a bar type strip. How do you guys fit in? Do you feel like you guys fit in good with the neighborhood and things like that?
I think so. Yep, I think so. We've really made it a point to at least know our neighbors kind of right here in the Oak Street, Shaka Bra, Legendary Donuts family. I feel like we all have a really good relationship. We work a lot. Not that we work a lot, but we trade business with the comic book store, and there's an awesome little thrift, nifty art store on the near side of Narwhal over here. And we definitely support each other, and that is awesome.
Nice community for the smoke areas. I don't think people are too just it's already the bar scene.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
already a party.
Exactly.
How long are you guys open till?
We are open until 11:45 every night except for Sundays. So we're 8 a.m. to 11:45 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and then on Sundays we're open at 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Yeah.
What do you think the benefits for a business like this? Like the fact of it having, you know, the CBDs and things like that. What exactly are the benefits of a business like this or consumption of this?
For sure. I think one of the most crucial components to the retail stores that I think we at Unreleased do an incredible job of is the educational piece of cannabis. You know, to your point of like there are so many potential wellness benefits for using cannabis. And a lot of people, you know, don't know, don't care. But a lot of people kind of know, want to know more, and don't know where to get that information. And we actually house so much of that information here at Emerald Leaves in our staff. And we have a very eclectic, well-rounded staff. I think we really have done a good job of truly not picking up very many similar personalities, and instead we've got a bunch of very, very different personalities, and so there's someone for every kind of shopper. Because to kind of circle back, when we get a lot of traffic, some people like want a joint and want to go, don't care what it is, pick me on something, and some people want to pick your brain for 45 minutes. And sometimes that depends on the day too. Like today, I just want a joint, but I'll be back tomorrow because I really want to talk about you know why I can't sleep or.
And you guys offer other things too, like drinks and things like that as well.
We do. Yep, the cannabis-infused drinks, which I know a handful of people who will, you know, take an 80-milligram soda out to the bar with them, and that's what they drink instead of liquor. And they still act like, you know, a fool and having a good time.
So what's that? Say I drink an 80-milligram drink. What's that? Is that equivalent to like a joint?
It's hard to say. I mean, everybody reacts different to edibles for sure. I am a lightweight when it comes to edibles.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I had bad experiences with them. I can't.
I cannot gauge it. So I don't even.
I might have like a cookie or a chocolate or something like that, but I can never do the drinks. The drinks are just not for me.
For sure. Yeah. Because it's too strong. Not your flavor.
Well, the flavor's not the problem. Some of it's just too strong. Like you said, it's hard to gauge. Like, you know, I've had some that was like, I think like 30 milligrams or something like that, and I was okay, but then the come down of it, you're just like, oh man, I can't even, the headaches and all that, I couldn't take it. But I don't know, maybe I'm just that lightweight guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm used to the flour and all that, so that's probably why.
Totally. And you know, I know people that, you know, keep a CBD drink on hand for the night after, you know, a bottle of wine. Because then the next day you got a headache and drink that CBD drink and feel better.
CBD, what exactly
that
is
that might be the move to do that.
I don't really do that.
Yeah, the CBD is
I keep hearing about it. CBD.
I was talking to this great customer the other day. It was the first time I had a chance to interact with him. We're talking about, you know, there's some weed that you just like, you get so high, you're just like, get it off me, you know, like I don't want to be this high. And he said, you know, a real true smoker, he keeps some CBD on hand because he knows that there's weed that's gonna get you there. And if you don't want it like that, you just smoke a little CBD, and that, you know, really kind of
mellows you out.
So the CBD kind of calms you down and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And so the THC, I'm assuming is
that's the psychoactive, you know.
like the sativa.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Totally. And for some people that's the relaxing, and for other people, you know, that's better than what they feel all the time every day. Like I can tell you the first like 99% THC dab that I took, I laid down on the ground. I was seriously like, I know why someone would want to be this high. I don't want to be this high.
That's my biggest fear, that I go out of it.
Dabs?
Like, see, if you're feeling some type of way all day, you gotta want to feel some type of way.
Dabs is not nothing to play with.
That's, to me, that's, when I see it in the little jar thing and they bring it out and light it up, I'm just like, why would you want to do that? Nah, that's
Anything
just,
you need a torch, anything you need a torch, no, it's too much.
that's too much. The glass looks cool though.
Yeah.
So,
And the sugar crystals that they make out of the cannabis now, it is pretty, and it is tasty, but there is definitely a level of.
so how long would you say the high lasts for?
With a dab, I think dabs are pretty long lasting. I think that kind of similar to, you know, when people drink, like, oh, I drink so much I don't feel drunk though. You know, but I don't feel drunk. I can drink 4 or 5 beers and I can still drive. You know, I'm not drunk. I think people do kind of adopt a similar attitude with cannabis sometimes, and like they just keep getting high and don't realize like,
that tolerance
how
goes.
high they are.
can't do that.
The tolerance does rise for sure, but I think I can smoke a dab and still probably feel the effects of it for 5 hours later,
Wow.
and in like a small noticeable way, and like kind of notice like. Damn, I have been looking at this one page. I have read this one page 5 times.
Yeah, see, I got kids. I can't be zoned out like that.
Yeah, make you an astronaut.
Right. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
No.
Good. Taking on the plane, dab. Plane, go to sleep, knock out.
So, speaking of products, you have some products here for us to, show off?
I do. Yeah, I do. Speaking of CBD, I'll start with this Halo PAX pen. I think that PAX is a really cool new vape pen. It's a kind of proprietary system in that the PAX pen only works with PAX pods, and there are not a ton of PAX pod makers. And it also looks just like a Juul, the e-cigarette. And you don't know what the Juul is?
Nah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Juul personally with the nicotine vape, but the PAX pen is really nice. It's sleek. Halo does a super high quality oil, and they, I think, have cornered the market on CBD PAX pens specifically, and that's what's nice because I don't think there's a ton of CBD options out there for the PAX pen yet. So I think Halo does.
So you guys carry the pen and the pens.
Exactly. Yep, the pen and the PAX.
And they're the same people who are in charge of Triple C's too, right? Or they
Halo
both
has sponsored, the
Right,
Colored
right.
Cannabis Collective before.
Right. Shout
which
out
is
to them too. They're
Heck
some
yeah.
dope people. So.
Yeah, an awesome cannabis activist group. Bringing awareness to diversity in the cannabis industry, as well as the impact that a group of like-minded people can have. We've gone out and cleaned up 4 different communities in the Seattle-Tacoma area. And truly just kind of created, I think, a little microcosm of people that care about the environment.
I mean, I was there recently this weekend. Everybody came out and just, cleaned up in West Seattle. It was pretty cool. I mean, I've never been in West Seattle, so I got some real dope photos of everybody getting it in, taking care of the community.
Nice.
I like to be a part of stuff like that. It wasn't
Nice.
too bad. So, yeah, I'm always going to forever do that. I feel like, it's a good vibe. It's pretty therapeutic for me, too. It was a nice day. It wasn't raining. It was just real chill vibe. So I just came out there, mellowed out, and got to know everybody more, see what was going on. And then after that, they had like an after party at the Rainier Glass. And, everybody came through, showed love for that. I didn't make that one. I caught it on Instagram, but it looked dope. So it was dope. Other than that too, you got some more products too down there? You got some?
Yeah. One more wellness product that I wanted to bring up was the Digestify tincture, which is it is THCA primarily, and also some CBD. So THCA is cannabis before it is feed activated. So it doesn't really release the psychoactive components, but instead, if you eat THCA, it actually has kind of been shown to have more healing components, and in a like Crohn's disease and IBS kind of family, any stomach issues, constipation, like I will tell you this oh my god.
So how do you take it? Like how do you?
It's a little eyedropper tincture. So it's an eyedropper bottle. I'll open this one real quick because I can put it back together pretty easily.
And so you just take like 1 drop, 2 drops, or as many as you can stomach?
I think you take, it's like about this much of the dropper, and the dropper is about this big. So I would say about this much for minor stomach pain.
Right.
If it is truly, if you have like a really bad diagnosis of Crohn's disease or IBS, then you might want to use a full dropper. And I know quite a few people that kind of swear by this as their how to get through a bad day. And I don't know if any of you guys
I've
can
never
relate, but
heard
there
of
are
that.
some days, what you ate last night really just eats you up. And then you know, it's not anything, you know, to do with the food. It's your own body and how that processes. So this is really, really incredible. What would you? If you want to just put your nose in there and smell it, that's what that tastes like. So it's very herbal.
Smells like a health food store for real. So.
Right? And that, you know, I usually take it with a little bit of orange juice because you know you burp up that smell for a little while. But a really incredible product that I think everybody should have on hand. We got the gelato, which was the strain of the year. Voted by
I was about to say, I know all about the gelato.
Yeah,
Great.
who doesn't know about gelato, right? Yeah. And I mean, gelato is my favorite strain. It makes walking the dog the best part of my day. It makes me so happy.
Gelato, huh?
He started to say it and it's been crazy.
I had to try it, man. But it is good though. It is good.
That's all everybody talking about in the city.
It tastes good.
I wish you could.
I mean, they pump.
They're struggling right now because the lotto is.
It really surprised me when it was Leafly's strain of the year for 2018 because I thought gelato had seen its day in 2016. And then when it was strain of the year from Leafly, just a couple weeks ago they published that. I was surprised that gelato is still like that in the forefront, as in the front runner as far as the best, the best strain, the strain everyone's looking for. I think that flavor profile really has something to do with it. Because we are in Washington and probably most legal cannabis states, we're a little spoiled.
Right.
We
want
to enjoy smoking cannabis. It's less about
I love it.
just having it,
I love
have fun. And it's not, you don't want it to be kind of, coughing and hacking.
Definitely don't forget Reggie. So
Right?
please don't pull up with me.
Yeah.
Don't pull up with no Reggie here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
already know. We high class here.
Right?
Like this ain't bro. Come on.
I'm super excited about this new grower that we just brought in, Carnivore, and they have a second brand called
Captain's Cake.
The Bling Factory.
Captain's Cake looks good.
Captain, this looks good.
All right.
Yeah, look good.
I actually don't know. I want to say Arlington, but I would say don't quote me on that.
See the crystals
Man, I
here?
mean,
I know, right?
the light, the trichomes on that flower is absolutely incredible.
Smell it through the jaw too.
Yeah, and that's impressive. Sometimes you can smell it through the bag, but to smell it through the jar.
That's when you know it's
Yes.
good when you smell it through the jar.
Exactly.
Great stuff right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did bring out a sweet zip of a strain called Les Mints, which is the infamous wedding cake crossed with golden lemons.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That Les Mints is really good. Lifted is a Tacoma grower.
Yeah.
They are probably one of the best growers out of Tacoma. So local boys. My boy Anthony, who used to work at Emerald Leaves, he started here, worked with me here in late 2015 into 2016. He was one of the head growers at Lifted for a while, for about a year, and now he grows in Oregon. But we definitely have a lot of love in our
Let me
hearts
see if you
for-
can smell it through the jar too. I got tested. Yeah, you can. Okay.
Lift it. Got
Okay.
me lifted.
And they do that wedding cake, which is really really good. That kind of put them on the map, I think.
I also love that a lot of the growers really great with the products. It's not even about the flower, it's just how they put it.
Oh, you can smell it. It stank good.
Yeah, I do. I didn't know they was local too.
That's dope.
Heck yeah.
I don't think people realize that part. They just grow it. They don't keep the jars, they don't leave dry fruits. It's a lot of promotion.
Definitely.
Without keeping this industry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of the businesses that are affected, including glass blowers, which we kind of talked about, but packaging companies, label making companies, testing labs. There's all these branding and marketing too. Like there's marketing companies specifically for cannabis. There's marketing companies that definitely want to dip their toes in the cannabis and see who they can help. What brands they can help lift up. And also people I think really care about what they're smoking now too.
And that's the thing, like some of these growers these days, I tell people, I say, Norfolk are like the most scientists. These guys are real scientists.
Got down to the science.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
It's a very serious thing for them. And it's not about, get you high, say, look at the that's
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And that's what I was just telling a grower the other day is that especially when you're in, the mid to high price range, $40 eighth to $50 to $60 eighth, somebody, the way that you gather a following is because people want to smoke your weed.
Right, right.
Because it's you, because that's my friend, or that boy is amazing, or that girl is incredible. She's a great chemist, or a great grower, or does all this science, or does these great things for the community, uses sustainable packaging. Whatever it is, there's got to be a reason other than the bud looks good. But a connection, exactly. Making that brand connection is really crucial, and kind of bringing the cannabis industry out from the shadows.
Right. Exactly. I done ran into every walks of life.
Yeah.
Look, it's helpful. If it's helpful, I mean, how can we know that?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to. I run into the weirdest people. I'm excited for it, man. I'm glad we're one of the first couple states that really. I mean, we're pretty open-minded out here. It's a different world.
It's a free
I
world.
think we try to keep
It is the free world.
It's a free world.
We're trying to keep your head and see if you know about
I'm gonna stop telling people about Washington.
Washington is where you go, man.
Especially when I'm traveling. Oh yeah, DC. I'm just like, yeah, DC.
Exactly.
Go that way.
We already got bad traffic at
All the prices is going
Oh
up.
man,
Yeah, so.
But it's good weed, man. I love it out here, man. Because of that, it's relaxing. I'm the type of person that needs the weed, so I need it for all types of things. I like to take sativa. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always on the go. So I need something to relax me, but at the same time, I need something to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? And it's a healthy smoke. I'm glad it's coming out the out fronts too, because it's really gonna push tobacco out the way, which it should have done a long time ago.
Right.
It being hemp and all that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we're here, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to help push it.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you. You guys are all cannabis. You consider yourself part of the cannabis community?
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I take photos for y'all and do all that. So.
I know you
I
do.
mean, I started when it was medical. So,
So yeah.
I mean, I've been around for a long time, but as far as the usage, I'm very,
Right. Yeah. But you support it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Totally. Well, I find to be something interesting what they're seeing in California, and maybe this is the case in Washington. And I came on the scene in Washington a little bit late. We were about a year into the retail stores when I first moved to the state. But people vote for cannabis legalization, but then they also vote for a moratorium on their town. So they want cannabis to be legal, but they don't want to sell it in their city. They don't want their city to benefit from the tax dollars. But mostly they just don't want
crazy.
weed in the town or whatever.
What?
But they're for it.
But they're for it in general.
You'll accept alcohol
The
though?
big thing with the smell.
Yeah.
I think that's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not even
smell.
that bad.
That's a lot of
It's not bad.
That's a lot of the complaints of smell and stuff like that. But I mean, it has too many
I mean,
good
every
benefits.
farm smells like manure.
Right.
Right?
That's what I'm
Every
saying.
farm
Facts.
smells
Facts.
bad.
We know when
We got that Tacoma aroma.
you already know where you at. You're like, oh, get my life together.
Right. No matter what you're growing, the smell complaint. Oh. Shit.
I mean, it's just, somebody got to have something to complain about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I just don't think it should be about this. There's so many other things we can complain about.
Yeah.
It's not this. I mean, we got bigger fish to fry when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, this helps so many people, especially like veterans. I know they stand by it. I mean, you got the elder people standing by it. I mean, the youth has always stood by it, but now it's more, it's more educational ways that you can learn about it and get in tune with it and really see what it does. Just like all the products you showed us.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people didn't know they had stuff like CBD and digestive stuff for people like that. I mean, that stuff is very,
So as far as now that you guys are recreational, but you guys also provide medical.
Right, too.
How's that all coming out?
So In July of 2016, Washington passed new legislation for the medical cannabis, for the medical cannabis community, but for medical cannabis patients. There's a new database system. There's a new prescription pad that if a physician or doctor of some sort wants to write medical prescriptions, they have to get this particular prescription pad. So they can't just write it on their regular one, extra fees. And then we have licensed medical cannabis consultants. So you go through a 20-hour online or in-person course where you basically learn, the history of cannabis. We go through a lot of the clinical studies that have been done on cannabis. I think more than anything, kind of talk a lot about how this is the focus group. This is where a lot of the research is going to come from eventually. And so to always be wary about recommending cannabis medicinally for that reason, because we truly don't know what the side effects of now monitored and regulated cannabis use is. So there's going to be a lot to come out of that, but I think the biggest piece is that medical cannabis course, which has some absolutely incredible information.
You got one of the first university wrote medical research. We have a lot of research.
Yeah.
We have a lot of information, so it's like a no-brainer. You have to keep that part up. You got to look at it.
Yeah. And I would do a little bit more research on it, but the problem for a long time, and I think what still faces some people today, is that the cannabis that they were allowed to do research on was, confiscated cannabis, or
stuff that the DEA had.
Exactly. And so the research is skewed that way. Like, we don't really know anything about it. This is 10 years old, but we finally got our hands on it. Type of thing, right? And so yeah, but the opportunities are so much more ripe now, and the cannabis is so much more fresh, and there's so much more of it, so there's more data to take in and analyze. But that's good ultimately for the research findings.
Pro marijuana, let's go.
Yeah. But having the medical consultants here at Emerald Leaves, I think is a great asset to us, because this is where you get formal cannabis education now. Like, I remember when I first moved to Washington, I've been buying weed for 5 years at least. Comfortable going to my dealer saying, I want an eighth. When I stood in line for the first time at Emerald Leaves, I was terrified to ask for an eighth. This
is a setup. This is a setup, right? It's a setup. Like, wait, what's going on?
I think that's everybody who's not from here.
What do I ask?
How do you ask?
This ain't real.
Is it weird for me to buy an eighth? Should I be buying a zip? I don't know.
But I like it. I like the fact that we can come in like a local store, like a 7-Eleven, get a drink.
A little bit safer.
Yeah,
I love
definitely
it.
that.
I mean, it's like, imagine, where would you meet somebody to do
Back alley.
But you could see everybody was craving it. You know what I'm saying? The community was craving it. The whole America was craving it, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was. I'm glad it's here. And I'm noticing a lot of more people is moving away from the bars and moving away from certain things like tobaccos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for it.
I mean, man, I wish they did have like a weed bar or something where you could go socialize.
It's
chill
coming,
out.
man.
I
It's
can't
coming.
wait for that.
It's coming.
That's gonna be a good thing.
I think so. I'm excited for, at the very least, some CBD bars, CBD coffee
least
shops,
that. Yeah,
CBD
that'd be cool.
cafes where we're just kind of
Vibe out.
Yeah, exactly. Vibe out, feel better. I know for me, I use a CBD AM tincture, so it's got, I think more than anything, an herbal blend that makes it a little bit more sativa with things like turmeric. It's got some berry extracts in there, but it really is like the greatest clear-headed mood booster. It's not so much energetic so much as it's just happy and uplifting, and I think everybody should take that once a day, right?
one a day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I think CBD is going to go eventually is medicinally in some ways, but also, like a supplement, right? Yeah, or a vitamin.
So also too, you got your own CBD podcast, magazine thing. Tell us about that.
Well, I wanted to mention before when we were talking about vets. So I do a podcast called CBD Cannabis Beyond Dope. And we went to an event called Freedom Fest, which took place in Seattle, which was a cannabis event for veterans, for a movement called 22 Too Many, which is a veteran suicide awareness movement. And so they were a big, I think it was the 22 Too Many event, and then there was a lot of cannabis industry booths and vendors there who support, of course, veterans, and also who maybe make products that are specifically in line with what vets might need, including an incredible capsule from Fair Winds, who does the Digestify. We talked about, they have a capsule called PTS Free, and it's just geared towards relaxation and therapy and wellness, without calling it therapy because it's cannabis and we can't do that yet. But with Cannabis Beyond Dope, that is our goal, to really showcase the people, the communities that cannabis can have the biggest impact on. And that is, veterans, that is the Black community, that is women, that is the homeless community. Like, there are so many people that cannabis has been impacting for decades, that now that we're legal and have a voice and a say in the matter in legislation, we're starting to use it. And so that's what Cannabis Beyond Dope, I think, really tries to do, is normalize the cannabis conversation, normalize the idea of legalization, nationwide and state to state. We don't really promote anything in particular other than businesses that want to promote themselves and are doing it in what we think is the right way, in a way that benefits somebody else.
That's the same thing with us. If you want to highlight your business, or you just want to have a conversation.
Exactly.
What's wrong with that? I mean, that's the problem. People are not having a conversation about it. We don't know.
Exactly.
I'm a person, I'm driving around Washington, I'm stopping. Sometimes I never get the information when I'm there because for whatever reason, but it's great to be able to sit down and just go, how can we help? How can we help? I think it needs to be more friendly community-wise anyway. Where I'm from, I grew up, I'm from Virginia, so I can go on a corner store because I've been here for so long, they know me. It's pretty, I think that's pretty good at community-wise. It just helps grow, right? So, you don't want to know this. You don't see the same people in the store.
Yeah.
We don't probably see the same person how many times?
Yeah.
2-3 times a week, but you should probably at least get to know their name or their face. But a lot of people don't. I mean, that's part of the shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been here for 20 years. Why do you make me feel like a stranger? I'm a stranger. I'm spending my money right now.
There's so many places to spend your money on, right? I mean, everybody wants your money for one reason or another. You can spend your money on anything. And truly, I'm with you. Like, I want a reason to spend my money on places. I go out to eat at 3 or 4 different places in Tacoma. And it's more than anything because I don't know really anywhere else. And I would go spend my money somewhere else and go try somewhere else if I knew at the very least the people who are there, care about me because I want to spend my money.
And I don't know if that's an economy thing, and I feel like a lot of people should do that. That's what I feel. It's like if you put a store right here, but you never promote it, or it never looks like, it's not going to make me come here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I've been going to, I'll drive past your store, the next block over, and go to the same store I've been going to, I can speak there. So, and it's like, maybe they're just not putting that marketing money there, maybe the money's coming. People are spending money, regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
The economy of that, we're spending money every day.
You have to.
Still in the store. upscale. Nobody's chimps. So it's like, they have to do that. They have to get away from that and kind of help people business. And all the business, I don't think so, because the person next to me is booming. Everybody the same guys.
Yep.
You know, so it's a job.
But it's no secret, you know, there are bad business practices, there are bad businesses, there are a lot of people that own a lot of businesses that don't give a damn about a single person that walks through that front door.
That's
you
bad
know?
business.
And that's too bad. And you know, I think we're finally, as a culture of people, getting to a place where we want more than that, where we want to spend our money.
I've been here for 20 years. What I noticed, I feel like Washington is an export. Save a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very nice staying here.
Take all our money. You don't speak. You're rude to us. You take our money. So I mean, we really have to be aware.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't like the way I'm being treated.
Exactly.
Somebody else should be treated.
And that's what this old idea of, you know, like if you run a bad business, people aren't going to shop there. And so far, we have proven that that's not the case. And it's time to change that, you know? If I mean, I truly can't tell you the last time I went to Walmart on principle at this point. Truly on principle. The last time I went to Walmart, I spent $45 and I was so happy that I ended up returning everything that I got. I'm not even kidding. I was like, well, I didn't even need this, so I'm gonna bring it on back. And
They're wild with that. It's 30 lines, and I've never seen
Only
5
2
of them.
registers open.
yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I like the little self checkouts though. That's convenient.
I hate
My
those.
go-to is never open.
I hate them. They always mess up.
Self-checkout not open.
They always mess up. You scan one item, and then all of a sudden you need a help. Somebody's coming. They're like,
And then they're mad that they gotta
Yeah.
come help you.
I'm done with that. Yeah.
Like, why I gotta be here?
Yeah, but that's everybody. Underpaid overwork.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just part of it.
Yeah, definitely. But again, you want to hope, you know, Walmart's a bad example in this sense, but you also want to hope that people don't want to work for bad business practices. But again, like, we all need jobs, right? We need to make ends meet. You gotta work. You can't just leave my job because you're shitty to me, unfortunately, because, like, I got bills to pay.
30 days they showing up.
Yeah,
This fast.
yeah. So, but I do think, you know, I've really clung to the idea, especially in the last, you know, 2 or 3 years of, you know, if I can change what I do, you know, then I can only, you know, that's all I can do. I can change what I do
Right.
and hope that as a movement and as a culture, we all do that, you know, in different ways, but ultimately it makes a difference,
Indeed.
right? I hope so, anyways.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, we really appreciate you sharing the knowledge with us and, you know, informing us on everything. I think everybody needs to know about Emerald Leaves.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, you know, come here as much as you can. I know I do. I see you guys probably like, I don't know. Right.
I'm about to be coming here all the time. I like it. I like you guys.
Right.
Like,
The vibe is just cool. I mean, most places I catch an anxiety, panic attack when I walk in there. So many people, you waiting in line forever. I like to get in, get out. If I got a question, everybody's pretty approachable to let you know what you need to do, and you know that's cool for me. I'm good with that. So, I really appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Seriously, huge shout out to Digitaldopeboyz and International Chris, Deku. So glad that you guys could come out and hang out with us tonight.
Yeah, so appreciate it. It's a wrap. Thank you for reaching out to us.